Hello, this is the International News of Lucia Arden. I'm here and I'm so grateful to see that all the peoples across the nation are realizing they need to protect and save their nation. The Judeo-Christian nations in EU and across the nations need to show the respect toward their own nations. This is what we're doing. I'm so excited. My name is Lucia Arden, and I want to show you the work that I've done in my books. And I want to show you, this book was written, Our Need to Give to the World. It was written years ago, and it talked about the beautiful, beautiful immigrants that they have responsibilities to take care of their areas and to come together in truth, that we need to realize that it's time, just like the people today, right now here in Cyprus, Panola Leftica, they're speaking outside for some reason about protecting their nation and protecting their place, these God-given lands that we have here, and we can never forget. It says we need to protect the millions of illegal aliens and give them a chance for citizenship. America, there's their home, and they've worked diligently to build America. But this was written in 2016, and that's what we did. In this book, some of it was written in 2011, we gave the beauty of our heart to the immigrants in America, and so did UK, so did all of EU, Italy, Germany, Scotland, Greece, Ireland, Australia, Canada. We all gave a place for the illegal aliens to lay their head and develop. And this was written in 2016, and it was a divine command. All of us in EU and America have been God's heart, and we've given home to these immigrants. But we need to be treated with respect. And in 2019, the Spirit of the Lord told me that I lock my doors at night during the church. I said yes, and I never heard him ever say that. And He wants us to lock our doors, our borders, to protect our countries because of the geopolitical problems. But this is the issue now. And this was written in 2016. That was 10 years ago, almost 8 years. But before 2016, this was written some 2011. And He knew what they were doing. And we need to come together in a strategic plan for citizen regulations for those coming from other countries. There it is, right there. There it is, right there. It says, we cannot let our world burn of atrocities mentioned above, of tragedies of human rights. Quiet in the news, internet, and papers of Mexican drug cartels killing 150,000 children in 1 year. Did you see that, sweethearts? This was written in 2016 before, and adults from 15 to 24 years. This attacks in the United States, abortion, eradication of life, human beings, and economic atrocities. We need to protect the millions of illegal aliens, give them a chance for citizenship, which we did. But they use the illegal aliens now even more. It's clear that they use them over a period of time for drugs on war, and 1 out of every 4 are going human trafficking from the leaders that are elite communists. America is their home, and they have worked diligently to build America. And that's what we did. Many of those did stay, but others did not stay that were criminals. But we cannot, if you want to be an immigrant in our country, you have to show respect and not protest. And you can't. We cannot accept Islamic regime. It's different from Muslim, and the Muslims want to live in peace and loving people. They're very loving, beautiful people. But the Islamic regime that's controlled by the controllers, we cannot have. This was written years ago, and that's what we did. We gave everything. We gave our heart. All UK did. All Italy. We all did it. But protecting the people that are from the countries here and now, help them to obtain proper citizenship. This is what even Reagan said, that they could work here, but we need to make proper citizenship, and none of us did, except President Trump, myself, the team, President Trump's team, and all the team that's working on these issues. So this is very serious, and that was written, this book was written in 2016, Our Need to Give to the World. This second edition was written, Our Need to Give to the World, in 2016. This book, see, Our Need to Give to the World. This was 2016 it says the whole together, and that means love conquers all. Omnia venitsi amor. Okay, that's in Latin, and the whole together, leto assemble. So this is very important, but this was written, here it is, copyrighted in 2016. And now I want to show you, I'll show you something to show you what's going on the news from all different people. So are you with me here? From all different people, I'll show you what's going on in the news. Also, what they're talking about, that it's very, very serious about. Now look at this lady. Okay, look at this lady, and here she is right here. Now she's a citizen that's from Memphis, Tennessee.
Clean up the crime in Memphis.
See,
the residents are.
And I said before 2024, before Lucia Arden said I wanted all states, all areas of America cleaned up, and I told you why. Recently, it's in my Facebook. It has a speaking arrangement there. It shows why, because these are old hidden crimes. So let's go.
This safe, and some residents are saying.
See, there we go. The Democratic elite communists and the leaders, not the Democratic Party, because they don't realize that the ones that voted in, but now they're starting to, that they're the one that has all the safety, but every state has to be reviewed because of geopolitical powers. I told you, and over a period of time, we let all the immigrants in, and there's geopolitical powers. It's not like 20 years ago, and there's hidden sins, and there's technology and regulations, globalization, multiculturalism, and elite communists that want to take the freedoms of Judeo-Christian nations. It was a long-term plan with the Islamic regime and elite communists. That's why they did everything at once, one state to the next. Now, are you with me? Now, I want to show you about my other book, and this was written, Arise to God's Truth, in 2020, okay? And this is the respect that we have to show, okay? Naturalization, oath of allegiance to United States and to immigration and all citizens of America. This should be for all countries. We briefly discussed the covering of the protection that upholds America and her people's justice system of naturalization, oath, allegiance to United States of America. And when you have allegiance to United States of America, no one, not even a religion, could go ahead of America. You need to read this. Go and look it up. The prophecy of one who hears the words of God, of one who knows the knowledge of the Most Highest. He is what Judeo means, him, receives the divine answer, and his eyes are open. Now, America is the mother of all nations. The following short chapter on immigration is briefly an explanation of ideas regarding America's immigration issue today. These relevant statements delivered here serve you to open your view about the urgencies of immigration issues and to spark a catalyst to how we, as great American people, can work together to bring the four foundational truths of peace, just like President Trump did recently with all the war, and that's what we're bringing in our states, just like that beautiful lady just said, from Memphis, Tennessee. We need to bring peace in our each state and find where the trafficking is, and then go in and get all the homeless and give them a place to stay and a home and restoration and new training, justice and healing and forward building and love. So I want to tell you that, let's go through this, that you have to realize that the immigrants, there's no other country and no other in naturalization. When you're in naturalization, immigration, legal citizen in America, you have to renounce. Here it is, entirely renounces and abjures all allegiance and fidelity to any foreign prince, pontificate, state, or sovereignty with another country's laws. There it is. That is the naturalization of the immigrant becoming a legal citizen in America. You can't have any allegiance and fidelity to any foreign prince or pontificate that could be anybody in ministry with the Islamic regime, state, or sovereignty with another country's laws. The citizen now is dedicated and follows the rules in obedience to the American Constitution rights. Citizenship is a unique body that unites people around civic ideas and belief in the rights, freedoms guaranteed by U.S. Constitution. Be a person of good moral character, be able to speak, read, and write, and understand the English language. And there it is right there. They can't have any allegiance. And that's why every time, if they start protesting, you need to get pictures of them, and you need to find them and follow them, go home, where they go, and you can give a warning, or you get them out right away. And this is a very serious thing. This was written, are you with me, in 2020, because God knew, He told me in 2019 that they're planning war, and I showed you that picture of the Russian hat of Jesus Christ separate with a tear, and then Mary holding Jesus. And because this is a planned regime with Russia and China and North Korea and Iran, they're all in cahoots. This was a long-term plan. Are you listening? They're all in cahoots. They're all together. Just like President Trump was mentioning, our Peter Heseth. They're all in cahoots, and I told you this years ago. My name's Lucia Arden. I'm a first presidential advisor, and I am a political analyst, politician, independent, to protect the nations and the people
and guard
of understanding. Promise oath to keep naturalization between immigrant and citizens in the country, to follow the oath. There's only one way, and there only one way. There's only oath, and there's only one truth. And the truth is, for us, is listen, Israel, Yahweh our God is the one, the only Yahweh. There's only one constitution, laws developing, and peace, justice, restoration, forward building, and compassion of God's truth and love, and that will uphold. And this is what Britain needs to do. I met a beautiful boy today, and he saw that I had God's tools of authority, and he wanted my tools of authority, but it's through the power of the Holy Spirit that I have the tools of authority. And then I was impatient with him, and I want to apologize. But then again, if he wants to be president of UK, let's get going. Lucia Arden is right here. I'll guide him through, just like I guided President Trump through. Right now, let's get going if he wants to be president of UK. And we'll go through each area and clean UK up. It took me many years to get people going, to clean America up. 2011, I told them I want all the office corrected. So let's get going. I'm ready to go. Let's go. So I want to show you the severity. You have to be careful because some of these states, they know better than we do on the news. But look how severe this is in Florida, our beautiful Florida. Look at this.
Lawful orders. You're going to jail.
See what that is? That is
For the Islamic regime.
the Islamic regime.
We have to be very careful for each country, each state, each place.
And
They want to take over Hamas, the areas that are so pure and beautiful. And this Florida, don't mess with Florida, don't mess with America, don't mess with EU, don't mess with any of those places. No, this is very serious, but this is very severe. And that's why we need to work together for truth.
Let me be very clear about that. If you block an intersection or a roadway in Brevard County, you are going to jail. If you flee arrest, you're going to go to jail tired because we are going to run you down and put you in jail. If you try to mob rule a car in Brevard County, gathering around it, refusing to let the driver leave, in our county, you're most likely going to get run over.
See, and you don't mess with those people in Florida either. I'm telling you, just don't. This is very serious. But I want to tell you
that when they say they're waiting for their plan, they're waiting for their plan. They saw that. But when they had the protesters, you have to be careful.
If you spit on us, you're going to the hospital and in jail. If you hit one of us, you're going to the hospital and jail, and most likely get bitten by one of our big, beautiful dogs that we have here. If you throw a brick, a firebomb, or point a gun at one of our deputies, we will be notifying your family.
because we need to protect the police. That's why Lucia
I told you, I'm the one. I told you I wanted to review
Chauvin, please show.
Chauvin's case. He did not kill Floyd. Floyd, he was an immigrant, but he was a drug addict. And you need to look at this. I beg you. Now, this gives me room to help him because the
Police, they are angels.
need to be treated with
Respect, but
Police Chauvin did not kill Floyd. Floyd had heart fibrillation. I wrote a 13-page, 15
counts against him. But let's go.
okay?
Orders, you're going to jail. Let me be very clear about that. If you block an intersection or a roadway in Brevard County, you are going to jail.
And that little,
If you flee
That little small fish. We have a little small fish, even though it's beginning.
little by little,
The Epic newspaper helped me with that. The police Chauvin did not kill Floyd. Floyd had heart fibrillation. He was a drug addict. He had COVID. He had CO2 poisoning. He had sickle cell anemia. He had heart disease.
he smoked marijuana.
He had mucus in his system.
He was on drugs, street drugs,
And also pharmaceuticals. He had many things against him.
and this is what's going to happen.
These, over a period of time, don't try to make excuses.
The immigrants, and then that are Islamic,
Regimes, so you could be careful.
because they're planning. Their planning could be exponentially, and we have to be careful. So let's go to the next situation here, and I wanted to show you.
My other information here, about Hamas. There is more immense evil over world powers. So internationally with the United States of America, there are evils of Iran, ISIS, Hamas, and secret allies of Iran. It is true that the people of the world control Iranian Kurdish people. Yet I have heard that they have started wars when they wanted to start viruses and weathering controls and chemicals, trail sprays and EMFs, many other controls when they want. But I do not believe that all leaders in the United States and other countries are involved in these atrocities of the greatest evil. I believe that we have more great leaders, this is Lucia Arden speaking, that are powerful, beautiful leaders, billionaires, millionaires, and everyday people in USA and other countries, EU and all across the world, that don't believe in these atrocities. We will win and we will protect our nations. But we have to be careful because Hamas has controls and we can,
Have to be separated from them.
just like Hamas used the Palestinians as a human shield to try to take over the territory and kill Jews trying to make a Holocaust. This is the same what Kamala did when she had open borders with America. And we spend the most money because they had to skip everybody the lockdowns. And they also used President Trump's money for the savings he had from the COVID. And then they had all the open borders. They didn't think about all our problems already. 1 out of every 5 children were in poverty in America. And many people, all the Mexicans and immigrants, they needed a citizenship. All the dreamers, all the people. She let all those, and Biden and Kamala let all those criminals in. Just like we talked from Venezuela, many people. And we need to realize this. That's why we cannot cannot go with the democratic belief system. There is no more democratic leaders that realize the urgency of protecting our nation first.
Brotherhood Muslim extremists in the jihad shop.
Stop, and we need to stop it. They're blatant saying that want to kill and take over brotherhood of Muslim, but I don't want to use the word Muslim, of Islamic regime, extreme
Jihad
professors. They wish to bring a Holocaust to the believers and
Jews and all people
that want freedom. That is Hamas, ISIS, and Iran, and secret people.
such as Soros
This is
an extremist. We need to come together in truth. And
these people
are not loving
Muslims of peace.
the Muslims
Of America don't want this Islamic regime that just a handful of Islamic regime that happen to be Muslim that are in the Brotherhood want to bring down other places in our country.
Netanyahu has
Safeguarded the areas of Europe and even USA from the war against America, and Netanyahu has saved much a part of the world because
we in EU because he was fighting from every
every area from Syria to Lebanon to Hamas to Iran, and we were supporting him, and we should have, and other countries should too, because they want to take over the world control. That's what they want. They just don't want to be immigrants. They want world control, and they're hooked up with China and Russia and North Korea. As I told you, let's go on.
we see the countries of Israel has
Also been in an unnegotiable position, and one country after the other fighting Hamas, Hezbollah, and Iran. And this God, oh God, has spoken twice, and I've heard the strength belongs to God, belongs to the Judeo-Christian nations,
under Israel and EU of Judeo,
Christian nations, and the United States.
Canada, Australia.
We need to come together. Never again shall there be a Holocaust of the Jews. Shall there be a killing of 6 million Jews, yet today there's a Holocaust of catastrophe, a treacherous evil upon the people of the world controls. And indirectly, this is like a Holocaust of the Jews, because they're killing people in the Christians, 100,000 Christians in Africa. They're killing them, correct? And we're killing them in America through drugs, fentanyl, but we're taking care of that. And they're trying to kill the people. The Hamas killed those people over 1,200 on October the 7th. And they also killed the Palestinians. The Hamas killed their brothers and sisters by using them as a human shield. So this really is a Holocaust across the world. Are you with me?
This needs to stop
So we need to protect the children and put the children
first.
The wars of no negotiating, namely Russia, Ukraine, Israel, and Hamas, and others. We need to come to the
Negotiation. I asked
I was the first one that asked to use monetary systems and tools to negotiate, but I asked in the beginning, Lucia Arden, to ask for
Israel and Hamas.
to exchange prisoners and also take the Palestinians all out before the war. That was my idea, to exchange prisoners. And that was my first idea in October when the war was happening 2 years ago. I asked to exchange prisoners right away, and that's what President Trump was able to do now. They respect him. They want Hamas in the hands of death to take
Israel and the USA as a
force attempting to weaken the world of freedom, since Iran knows that U.S. seeks to protect freedoms to get the
quote of the history.
of Hamas, that they know that they were going to protect Israel. So it's indirectly we're in war with Hamas. America is, and all of EU.
Israel and Hamas. This has
Been years and
years of problems together.
they've had, because they disagree
in regards to sharing
the land, but Hamas many times didn't want to come together with negotiations, and they allowed 130,000 people to be wounded, more than that, of Palestinians, and many deaths of the Palestinians were used as a human shield. And I feel so terrible that this wasn't taken care of.
and even the war in Russia and
Hurricane needs to be stopped right away. And today, Russia, Hamas never wanted to put down its war tools. And not until President Trump, because they respect him, they were able to stop the war. This is Lucia Arden.
I wrote many
Books.
and that are in my library, but this
God first, America first, America. God first, countries are miracle. And in God's power, America, our country, save our legacy. These are books that tell how to save your country, which President Trump and the team has followed these directions to save our country. And there's another book, A Rise to God's Truth, and Arnie to Gifts of the World. I'm a consultant, an advisor, and solution maker, and an analyst. And also I sing and speak. And Arnie to Gifts of the World, bestseller author. And I show how years ago that we need to put America first. This was in 2016.
together in truth and reconciliation of our beauty,
Hold together
um, the truth of God in our
purpose in all we do. I appreciate your time. I appreciate all that you're doing.
to save your country and in God's power.
In God's power, in God's covenant with these UK
With all EU
and America, that God will protect you. We do have a covenant, the new covenant in Christ Jesus. We give you the
power and strength,
power
and we could say UK. So if that young boy,
I met today that wanted my authority. He has authority when he seeks God through truth, righteousness. He could get
his gifts together,
UK. I'll guide him through and help him, as I did President Trump, the first American presidential advisor. I'm the one that asked President Trump to come in. Thanks so much.